What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as JMonster. I want to thank you guys for joining me for another episode of our Warhammer 2 campaign. We are, of course, playing with SFO, probably the premier mod for Warhammer 2, especially as regards campaign. No offense to the Radius team. Hey, I've played your guys' mod. I like it. I just like SFO a little bit more. Personal opinion, not an attack. That being said, when we left off last time, we had just taken the city of Paravon, which opens up a huge amount of building slots for us. Like, Paravon could easily become a new cash cow for us. So with that in mind, we've got a couple of different options here. We do have some trade agreements with some of our nearby Wood Elven factions. And got some interesting little, whatchamacallits, utility buildings. Could build a foraging grove. How much money do I have? I think I could do the foraging grove. Nope, never mind, that's going to take up a space. The only space that we have. And this is another one. Great Eagles and Hawk Riders. Now, someone did mention that it might be worth it to drop the Hawk Riders. They are really expensive. Like, if we look, I mean, the Way Watchers are obviously more expensive because they're super high tier, but they're probably one of our most expensive units. For the time being, I'm not going to, unless I'm mistaken about the Hawk Riders. From what I understood, they have like pretty decent armor-piercing damage, and that seems to be the case. Like, they have got really high missile damage, like incredibly high missile damage, and they do have a fairly good armor-piercing component, which I think, yeah, they have almost as much armor-piercing as our Glade Guard have missile damage. So against Bretonnian Knights, I'm probably going to employ them at least for a little while. And I do like to use them as like flankers, and yeah, they can be a pretty nice unit if microed well and utilized well. That being said, they are pretty weak to missiles, so once we start to get into like the Empire side of things, if we go to war with them, we probably won't for a little while, because like I said, I want to focus on my southern borders, and I did actually just conclude a non-aggression pact here with the old Toddbringer himself. And I want to focus on the dwarves, and I want to focus on the orcs. Dwarves are probably target number 2, although, yeah, I don't know. So, and the armor piercing is going to be particularly useful against the dwarves as well. That being said, they do have a lot of missile units, so it's kind of like the same problems we run into with the Empire. But I don't have a lot of armor piercing right now, and that's something that I am going to need for some of my future plans. So, not a lot that I can do there. And this also gives us a massive amount of Hawk Riders. Like, look at the garrison there. That's impressive. We could go money-wise, but that will save us a little bit on the Great Eagles. That'll probably save us. No, it won't save us anywhere near 50. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, it's a hard choice. And I like these hard choices, honestly. That being said, it is pretty close to his next growth point, which will give us more building slots. So I'm going to build this second, and I'm going to build this first here, because that's +2 income from all buildings. It's going to help our growth a little bit more. I think what we're going to do, can I make it all the way here? No, I can't, unless I do this. So I'm going to duck out of Paravon, head down here toward Quenelles, get a little bit of extra replenishment, and slowly make my way to the south here so that we can launch some surprise attacks against the dwarves that inhabit these mountains. There's a bunch of different places we could go here, but we're gonna have to proceed very carefully. Once we get a little bit closer to our homeland, I am gonna add another unit, I think, of probably Glade Guard to our build, but we'll see. Right, we do have some pretty decent range units right now. And what we need, I think, most of all is the means of keeping our vast ranged arsenals safe. So if I can pick up maybe some more advanced units somehow, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. See you guys in just a few minutes. Oh, hey, look at that. I'm glad I went with the economic side of things first. That's going to give us a bit more money, a little bit more things to work around with, and we're also going to get another +2 here. Actually, I think we got +7 total, so that's about as high as it's going to go. That being said, we are in autumn, so I think we're going to have to maybe chill for the winter months, perhaps. Chill in the winter. Oh, I hate myself. It's fine. +10 armor for Eternal Guard. That's pretty important. Diplomatic relations with the Empire provinces. I would like that. That is going to cost me 2 amber, however. Do I want to pay 2 amber for it? Take me a total of 10 turns to get a decent relationship with the Empire. Now, I have kind of made nice with some of the nearby Empire factions, so I'm going to take the risk here. I'm going to take the risk, and I'm going to go for the plus 10 armor for Eternal Guard, because I want them to be a little bit tankier. They're, like I said, quite important for keeping our ranged units alive and functional. What do they have right now? They got 45, so they'll be up to 55. That's not bad, I guess. I don't know. I really have no frame of reference. I don't play Warhammer enough. But let's see what we can do with our diplomacy here before we move on. Wow, Findle is just a big old jerk, isn't he? Love me. I just want to be friends, man. Why you gotta break my balls? These guys, on the other hand, they like us almost too much. I wonder if we could... Oh, I don't know if I want to get into any defensive alliances. I feel like these morons will pull me into some very unfortunate local wars, which will bog me down forever. So we're going to go with military access, see if they'll like us enough to let us do that. They want a defensive alliance. I mean, I know it's an important route on the way to Confederation, but I'm not ready to Confederate yet. I also don't want to piss them off, so I'll counter with, I will give them the money that they want, but I want military access. Ugh. Well, if you guys aren't willing to compromise, maybe Durthr will be buddy-buddy with me. That'd be kind of nice. Military alliance. War is declared on one of them. Yeah, no, let's do military alliance. That was... That's fairly eloquent for a tree that speaks in, like, very, very short, terse sentences. Yeah, that's all we can do. I'm gonna pass turn. See you guys in a few minutes. Oh no, we got some random negative growth over here in Paravon for some reason. Exodus. Oh, people don't want to leave, maybe because their territory, or people want to leave, maybe because their territory got conquered. Let's see. Endless Hunter in forest battles. What can I do here? Sword player, armor piercing. Oh, that's purely melee. Why don't we do that? We'll do one there. The Foe Seeker is pretty useful. Get a lot of extra speed and stuff. But I do want to crank his missile damage to the max, because that's going to be important for sniping on enemy lords and such. Can we make it back to our own territory? I don't think we will. We can. If we go this way. No, it's still going to take us 2 turns. So let's just go. I would like to say, though, one thing I give Warhammer, I give it a lot of grief, I think. And I don't think that grief is undue. I think there's a lot of criticisms to level at Warhammer. Like the floaty feeling of combat. There's no like pushing or anything like there is in medieval. Yeah, some of the ways that like enemies will interact with each other when they're fighting. People just kind of swing in like empty areas, and someone falls down dead like 3 ranks down. It's weird. But one thing I really do like about this game is that it's super stable. Yeah, I love it. I mean, obviously, I don't hate the game, otherwise I wouldn't be playing it. But that's one of the things I think that has improved very much over time, especially when it comes to a heavily modded game. Like, I've got like 30 mods running on this right now. Is that the engine is really just rock solid, and I don't have to worry about anything crashing on me or having to like redo some key battles and stuff. I can just breathe easy and just play the game. So that is something that I really do appreciate about the newer titles. We've definitely come a long way in terms of stability. Let's drop into Kingsglade. What up, players? Can I recruit units here? I can. So, Glade Guard are pretty cheap. Yeah, as promised, we're going to add an extra Glade Guard. I do anything new and interesting here? Nope, not really, and it's all just support units. Ooh, I could get a spell slinger though. What if I wanted? Can I not recruit heroes?
Lord of the Asway.
Maybe if I like click on the King's Glade, and that's how that works. Oh, I can. Aggressive and cunning enables poison attacks. That's kind of neat. Charge bonus, maybe not so much. Oh, life. Ariel's chosen. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Oh, all factions get the 5. And over here we get 10 for our single army. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, we could perhaps... Let's think about this. Maybe a Glade Guard isn't exactly what we need right now. Maybe what we need is some magic. Maybe that'll be what'll tip the scales in favor of our armies against the Dawi. Spellslinger, Shadows. Nice. I'd love to know what these guys start with, though. Oh, I can't get any Waste Stalkers or anything like that. If we're going to be fighting against the Dawi, winds of magic aren't something that they really worry about. Be nice against the orcs. We'll save that one for now. Ariel's chosen. Extra 4 damage during forest battles. I kind of like that. Maybe that's a little bit more of a short-term bonus. That's like a bit more localized, but it's still pretty powerful. Oh well, that'll tank. That'll absolutely tank our income though.
Master of the wild hunt.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I'm gonna go the safe route and take a Glade Guard for now, and then once we get our funds up a little bit more, then I can feel a bit more comfortable recruiting one of the spell slingers. What else we got going on around here? The Dread Fleet. Oh man, there's a lot of like undead and like Skaven stuff really close to us. I don't remember Bretonnia being all this dangerous. And there's like, yeah, Moussillon is up here. Baston and Montfort. Alright, let's pass the turn. Interesting. Where is this fellow? I would love to know, but I don't seem to be able to find him. Infest our lands. They must be pushed back. Defeat a force belonging to any of the following enemies of Argolon. Karak Norn, or the Beastmen. Well, that does give us some incentive to attack the dwarves first. Who owns this? That would be the Broken Nose. I don't know if we can necessarily... I don't know if we could get at them very easily. I don't want to go and attack Grimhold right away. That's the regional capital, right? We might be able to do well against them. Might even take it, but I don't think that we would hold it. Karak-Azgaraz. Yeah, they've got to have like a major army up there, so I don't want to just blindly blunder in there, otherwise we'll find ourselves surrounded, and that would be really bad. Karak-Azul. And those Crooked Moon Gits are going to be up there for a while, so I think if we go and attack the orcs, and yeah, I think if we attack the orcs, we'll pop ourselves here into an ambush stance. And then the dwarves might even like us enough, and the nearby dwarves as well might like us enough that they won't give us a whole lot of trouble, so that we can take out the orcs without any incident. Whereas if we were to kind of go with what the game wants us to do and attack the dwarves right away, we could end up in a lot of trouble. Over here, what are these guys called? Karak-Izor, Clan Angrund might unite with Karak Norn. Yeah, it's just... that could easily get out of hand very quickly, so I think the most prudent next move is to attack the Broken Nose orcs. Because nobody likes the orcs, except the orcs. And even then, they don't really like each other all that much. Ooh, wow. Hole up, though. So now we are making a ton of money. I don't know how. So I'm actually going to add... That's a good amount of money. And this shouldn't break us. I'm going to add an extra unit of Glade Guard and some Eternal Guard. And that's far from the worst. It's just, did our money, how much we're making, just go up after I did that? Oh, I guess it's because we went into the Kingsglade and Orion's probably boosting the income. Okay, I was like, what? Am I crazy? Okay, I'm going to pass turn. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So, I'm toying with the idea of maybe advancing our relations with the nearby Wood Elf factions to a different level. I do want to try and make friends of all of them, and I want all of us to have a close relationship and eventually get to the point where we can get some amber off of them. That would be nice. And we're actually not too far away. It'll take us a little while, but we're not too far away from upgrading the Oak of Ages, which is going to be really nice. But that will take a bite out of our amber supplies as well. So in the short term, we can get a lot of amber supplies. I don't want to confederate with any of them. My biggest concern is that Durthu is going to go off on some military adventure and cause all kinds of problems elsewhere and draw us into conflicts that we're not going to be ready for. And inevitably, for whatever reason, the AI, if Durthu draws me into a war, the AI will stop what they are doing, turn around, and march thousands of miles across the map to come and eradicate me and only me. So I don't want to run into a situation where that's going to be the case. So let's go this direction for now. I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit. Maybe I'll get a little bit of feedback from you guys. You can tell me what you think. Takes 50. Do I not have? Oh, I have 48. How sad. How sad. Oh, let's go that far. There we go. And then we'll ambush any of these orcs here that come out and decide they want to pick a fight. Orc boys, not super scary. I don't know what they have there. If they have trolls and stuff, I think we're going to have a really bad time. But that being said, we do have a pretty impressive elven host here. 5 units of Eternal Guard, 3 Glade Guard. It's a decent corridor army. We've got a bunch of elites here to kind of fan things out a little bit. Orion for dealing with crowds. The Waystalker for dealing with heroes. It's a well-rounded force.
The words of Athel Loren welcome. Deliver your message.
Will Durthu, if I give him a defensive alliance, it will definitely increase our relations with one of the factions that likes us the least. I just don't know. I'm really tempted to, but I've seen that get out of hand really, really quickly. Nah, I'm gonna pass turn. We'll see what happens. Maybe this is a huge mistake. There we are. So we're gonna do a little bit of raiding here and make these orcs' lives a little bit miserable. I want to make them attack me. That's kind of my big. Oh, jeez. Sorry, he distracted me there a little bit. Yeah, that's my big plan. I want them to come to me. I don't want to fight them in this one little piece of territory that they own. It's a minor settlement, but it does give them a fair amount of troops. That would be really hard, I think, for us to deal with. We just don't have the front line. That being said, and that's where I look out. It will cost us an amber, though. Let's do that. Let's increase the building slots over there in Paravon. And it's going to cost us an amber, but that's okay. Because we do need, the only reason that we have positive income is because we're raiding the orc lands. So let me broach the, I'm actually gonna just wait out this turn. So let me broach the idea of streaming with you guys again, because I haven't really got any feedback one way or the other about whether or not people would like to actually do some campaign streaming or some game streaming. I would probably limit it to newer games, to give you guys a sense of kind of how they play and what they look like. Oh, Dorothy, what do you want, bud? Want some military alliance? You're attacked or attacking another lord and or race. This is the strongest form of treaty. When signed, it replaces a defensive alliance. Sorry, Durthu. No, I'll give him a defensive alliance though. So if like he is personally attacked, I think maybe that's how it works. Maybe I'm just like misinterpreting the way that alliances work in this game. But anyway, so yeah, what do you guys think about like streaming and doing like some newer games? So like when Three Kingdoms come out, if people want to have like streaming done, that is the kind of game that I would probably stream. And like newer stuff too, so like maybe some new like Destiny expansions and stuff when they come out, because I personally really like Destiny. My girlfriend loves it, my friends love it. I would be more than happy to play that game with a bunch of different people and like go through the campaign. I'm not really a big fan of the PvP. Duty calls. Oh, Orion. Why? What just happened? What, the Christmas? Who do we want to command our army in the meantime? That's kind of nice. Oof. We lose so much, though. Big oof. I have to pay money for this. Like, I should be offered one of these guys for free. Like, that's kind of annoying. Whatever. That seems like it fits best with our playstyle, so we'll do that for the time being. I can't really afford this sewer watch. Income from all buildings region-wide in Paravon. No, it's not worth my time. Is that Midwinter Pyre? Yeah, okay, there we go. So that answers my question. We do lose Orion. We're just gonna sit here on the edge of their territory and just continue to leech some money off of them and make them nice and angry. I will take that defensive alliance. And since they seem a little bit less risky, maybe I could get a second one going on here.
Welcome to the halls of Athel, Loren.
Defensive alliance? Yes. Well, fine then. Damn isolationist trait. Making my life difficult. What is she like? Yeah, our relations are improving quite nicely with the Bretonnians. I think we've got a few options too in terms of like skill trees and stuff that we could, not skill trees, but technology. Oh, nice. We're gonna be able to get some whatchamacallit, relations there with the Empire. I'm not gonna pay 2 amber for that. I can't really afford it right now, and I want to upgrade my tree first, so that'll come later, I guess. But this one will be free. So after Vol's Armory, we're gonna work on some relations with the Bretonnians, and that just seems like a smarter plan anyway. The Empire is fairly distant-ish, and we're not gonna be interacting for a while. So once I get to the point where maybe I want to go over and start fighting like Chaos and like some of the Beastmen and other obnoxious things over there that are very aggressive and expansionist, and that I'm gonna want to you know, preemptively wipe off the face of the planet, then it'll be important to have those Empire relations. But for the time being, I don't really think it's that important. The Empire doesn't hate me. They kind of, I'm a non-issue for them, so yeah. Whereas the Bretonnians, I want them to like me. I want them to like me because I want to use them as a buffer. I want to use their soft, fleshy man bodies to screen my beautiful golden woods. So that's what we're going to do for the time being while I wage some wars of expansion in the south. Oh, the turn times. Turn times are just 8. They're just forever. It's not bad given the amount of like factions there are. There we go. Lux, prowess, hero cost. We don't really have any heroes yet. That's not even worth having.
These are dark times.
Winter in Athel, Loren. This is our first winter. Tis. Let's be for tree and animal units. Do our Wild Riders? I wish it was a little bit more specific about what units that this affects, because I don't know if that affects my Wild Riders. Does that affect my Hawk Riders? Or is it just like dragons that are like actual just straight up beast units? Animal units. I would assume that affects our Hawk Riders and such, so maybe it's not a good idea if we wage war right now anyway. We don't have Orion. We're certainly not at our best. I wonder where Orion respawns though. Like that's gonna be a big like logistics thing in the future if you think about it. Because if he's spawning back at like the King's Glade every what turn are we on right now? Turn 20 or something? I'm not too sure. But like if he's respawning across the world, it's gonna be hard to use him in the field. It might not even be worth it at that point. We just use him to try and hold down the fort at home and maybe build up some of our other legendary lords. It's an immersive aspect, and it's really cool to tie the Wood Elves to the seasons like that. I just hope that that's not more. I just hope that's not like a burden at the expense of gameplay. If that makes any sense, because it's gonna be hard to use Orion if he's just like leaving for 5 or 6 turns potentially when we need him the most. And we have some control over that to an extent, of course. Like we can take a look at what season it is and gauge, at least in a very rough way, how long we're going to need to accomplish our goals, and is Orion going to disappear during that time. But it's still just a pain. Did the Beastmen just get destroyed? Oh, that's no fun. I was going to like beat up some Beastmen to try to make these guys like me some more. Oh. Yeah. The Barrow Legion. Where the hell is the Barrow Legion? Oh, it's over here somewhere. I don't care. I really want to fight somebody.
Lady of Athel, Loren.
I would really, really like to just beat up some friggin' orcs. What's it take here? We'll have to wait, I guess, until Orion gets back, until we can build up our economy a little bit more. Let's see here. It's yeah, this will do wonders for Parabon's garrison. It'll really help me hold it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pass a few turns until something exciting happens, because I'm sure you guys are tired of just listening to me blather on and not have my legendary lords move anywhere. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, good news, everyone. We finally got Orion back. And I think I just don't know what to do here. So our economy doesn't seem to be strong enough, despite my efforts, to really field a decent-sized army that we could use to try and take on these orcs. That being said, I've seen more and more of their army, and it seems like a lot of them are like lower tier, like goblin units, and they've got some orc boys at the core. I think it's worth it to try and go and take them on. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's definitely a risk, but at the moment we've just kind of stagnated. So the only other option that I can see forward is just sit around and wait and hope that something happens. And in the meantime, all of our enemies are going to be getting even stronger than they already are. So the only way through this is to go forward. So I think we're going to go and what the hell just happened? Oh my God, Durthu just happened. Oh, that's interesting. That opens up a whole new can of worms. Because if we could like use the world roots to pop right next to Grimhold, we might be able to just snipe that from Durthu and capitalize on all of his hard work. I think I want to do that. I want to try and do that. It's a bit of a risk, but we'll see what we can do. And the world roots. Not gonna let us get where I want to go. So let's head over this way. I hope that Durthu doesn't take over Grimhold. That really weakens the dwarves too. Like, what the hell? Where did he come from? Oh, and he's weaker now too. That's good. One of our local rivals is now less of a threat to us, which is great news. Oh, looks like Trace currently has the Sword of Cain. Well, that's their mistake to make, honestly. Let's pass the turn. That's just so lucky. I'm sitting there talking about how the only move that we have is to do something incredibly risky and also kind of stupid. And then that happens. That just opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for us. So assuming the Durthu doesn't actually take that, because that will cut off our access. Oh, and he did. Heck off, Durthu. Heck right off, friend. Well, damn it. As quickly as that opportunity presented itself, it disappeared. So let's go fight the broken nose. Don't really know what else we can do here. At least I don't have any artillery. They do have like a fair amount of like obnoxious infantry and things like that, but I think that we can probably stop them. The Adriel, now she likes us. Supply theft. No! Oh, that screws with my
I thirst for the hunt.
with my economy quite a lot.
I will grant your request.
Let's go over this direction. There we go. At least now we're not in the red, so that is a nice thing. The high elves. Yeah, if I for dryads, I guess maybe. I mean, it's something to do in the meantime. I don't really want to spend any amber. I like relation to the high elves. Not really worried about that. I don't have any heroes. This is the only one that at least kind of does some things, sort of. Minus 10 growth. Don't really want that right now. My growth's okay. Minus 5% recruitment cost. That's going to get us access to some pretty powerful new units. What kind of money do we have? Yeah, we really have to choose here what it is that we want. Elven trinkets. Is it perhaps worth it to do this instead? 10% income from post-battle loot. I mean, we could refocus our armies a little bit, but I feel like let me see if I can actually look at the upkeep for some of these units. No, it doesn't tell me, but I got a feeling it'll be really expensive. I think that unless there's a better option in terms of increasing our finances, which are really in rough shape right now. Come from trade plus 8%, that's a possibility. And it gives us another resource to trade as well. Another 8 growth. What do we make from trade right now? 250. So what's 8% of 250? It's not much. It's like less than a little bit over 20. Wow, my calculator is really useless right now. Yeah, it's exactly 20. 20 per turn, but what would this do? It also does help out with public order, which is not great at the King's Blade, so we're gonna go with the Sculptor's Cavern. And we'll pass the turn there. I think we'll probably end this pretty quickly. It's been a bit of a slow episode, but they're not always going to be action-packed thrill rides, so that's how it is. Well, here we are. We are gonna hold on here. Do they have? Yeah, we don't have any treaties with them that we're gonna break, so let's just attack these guys. Yep. That's gonna be a tough fight. It's the spider riders that really worry me, and all of the missile units as well. That being said, their missile damage is not very great. Significantly lower than ours. So let's make them come to us. It's all those orc boys though, like that's gonna be tough, because like, even one of their units is twice as large as ours. So that's going to be, I think, the job of our wild riders to really do as much damage to those units as they can. Well, we'll see what happens. Also, if we can destroy the war boss quickly, then that's no problem. Well, this is crazy, but let's see what happens. Well, surprise, surprise. We're getting attacked. We are horrendously outnumbered. Oof. this could be the end of our campaign if I screw this up, because they will just run rampant through the woods of Athel, Loren, take one of our only profitable settlements, and maybe even burn down the Oak of Ages, which would be awful. So, let's see what happens. But you guys are going to have to wait until next episode. It's already run a little bit long. I have to do a few other things today, so unfortunately we can't play this out just now. But yeah, please come back, and we'll see the exciting conclusion of this little adventure into the southern mountain range. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode so far. I know it wasn't as crazy as maybe you would have preferred, but yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.